The following announcement is paid for by the Wrestling with Nerds.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
Hey there, the name's Nukem, Duke Nukem, and you're watching the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast. For some unknown reason, enjoy.
What's going on, wrestling nerds, and welcome to the Wrestling with Nerds podcast, where this week, well, we're going to review the Royal Rumble 2024 real fast, and then come Friday, we'll have a special episode covering Hulk Hogan, so stay tuned for that one on Friday. But tonight, happy Monday, happy road to WrestleMania, and with that, let's bring in our wrestling nerds and start it off with the other half of J&J Security, who needs to put his fucking finger down, TJ Barnier.
Hi, buddy.
Hi, buddy. I'm not your buddy, guy.
Ain't your guy, friend.
Well, you are Canadian, so it's fine.
Oh, my God.
And let's bring in the wrestling guru, nobody else with this much wrestling knowledge in the world. It's Brian Fry.
Howdy, howdy. Yeah,
You like that? You like that one, didn't you? You like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just to basically start everything off here. Heard that a couple times last night. That was fun. But let's get right into it. It was the Royal Rumble, 4 matches, and honestly, let's start with our fantasy points. Let's not start with our fantasy points. He needs to bring them up. Because, as you guys know, we put out a video of us doing our drafts, and some of us have good nights, some of us have bad nights, and somebody eliminates 8 people in one and 7 people in the other, and what do you know? They both got the same person. So, that was fun. But 4 matches. You had the women's, the men's, Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens, and L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns for the Universal title. So let's start in chronological order. And let's start with the women's. TJ, some high spots for the women's Rumble. Go.
I think I'm going to go with the two that started it to start with. We had a returning Naomi. That was pretty cool. Now I forgot who came out with her.
Natalia.
It was Natty and Naomi to start it. Obviously, both of them been around the WWE a long time. That was kind of cool to see Naomi return.
Yep.
We went with pick 3 came out, and it was Bayley,
who was in the Rumble for 1 hour and 3 minutes with 7 eliminations.
She, well, we all know what happened. She's pointing at the sign about this time now. Well, and however long you just said, she pointed at the sign.
Workhorse.
I think, yeah. Big moment, though.
She also set a new
5.
She also set a new record for the longest time, beating Rhea's from last year.
Actually, to be fair, that record fell to Naomi first. I'd like to make note of that. For a brief moment, Naomi broke that record before she got tossed, and then Bayley broke Naomi's record.
The who wins writes history.
I'm just saying.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
So Naomi gets the record of being the second longest person or the first
Yep.
longest person to be in the Rumble not to win it. There you
But yeah,
go.
Bailey comes in third. But Ryan,
Five.
it was really
Five.
interesting to see 5 hit. Jordan
5.
Grace,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jordan Grace. I
especially
know
since
everybody.
Naomi just dropped the title to her. And for anybody who doesn't know, she's a TNA knockout.
Yeah, she's
I'd let her
currently
knock
the
me out.
TNA Knockouts champion. TNA going back to Impact, or Impact going back to TNA. I'm a big fan of Jordan Grace. I know our buddy Nate is as well. I guess TJ is too. She is one hell of a talent. Like Hunter said, there's been quite a few times where she's been a free agent where people are like, I hope she goes to WWE. Um, this is could be the as the old movie says, could be the start of a beautiful friendship between WWE and
I hope so.
TNA.
Don't they
I
have
think
one with All Japan right now too?
yeah, I think Hunter's smart enough, unlike Vince when they tried this before. And we're not going to talk about Vince while we're on the subjects of things this week. Um, to let this play out, I think, judging by what I've read on Twitter, between some interaction with some people, we might get some really, really cool matches. As soon as I saw her square off with Natty, I was like, I want this on my television again in a singles match. So
I'd be game for it.
Natty challenging Jordan Grace for the TNA Knockouts title would be kind of cool. The Naomi Jordan Grace matchup was quite funny and interesting. If for the people, it was kind of like one of those. If you're just a fair weather WWE fan, you might not get it, but if you're a diehard and you watch everything, it's like I just saw this 2 weeks ago, and then they shook hands, hugged, and then started beating the shit out of each other.
Yep,
It was great.
I loved it. I popped hard, and then I had to explain who she was to a couple people.
And the only thing I didn't like about her whole thing in the Rumble, there was a lot of laying down for her that I noticed, and I didn't like who eliminated her. I didn't feel like Bianca needed to be the one to eliminate her if they're going to go somewhere with it.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was good. This Rumble, this women's Rumble had a lot of superstars in the ring at the same time without them like I thought once they started building up, I'm like, here comes Nia.
Well,
Nia's gonna throw everybody out. Here
she
it comes.
threw out a 10th just herself.
So I mean, I know some people talked about it being really slow.
She
but
threw out
I
8,
enjoyed
TJ,
it.
but close enough to be in a 10th.
And I mean, it's to prove the point. You're supposed to create a monster in the Rumble, and then she got knocked down a peg by Miss Storm herself. Yeah, we got the huh?
A 10th? Bro, you mean a third?
You did say a 10th.
Shut up,
Are you
TJ.
doing Scott Steiner math here? What the fuck?
We got 300 people in this Rumble. What the
We got
fuck?
300 people with a chance to win the match. I feel like R-Truth and Scott
You really-
Steiner did math, and we got
You
AJ.
realize if there was 300 people in this Rumble, they'd still be fighting when we got to WrestleMania.
No, they screw up the count.
But I don't know about you guys. I mean, there was a lot of great action. I mean, there was some botch spots, but I don't care about botches.
I thought
mean,
it was
it's
very
not-
much entertaining.
This isn't ballet. They're allowed to fuck up. I thought the tag champs, the old tag champs, Chase and Katana, they were fantastic.
They eliminated a
believe it
couple
or-
people.
Believe it or not, my MVP for the Women's Royal Rumble, Chelsea Green.
Chelsea
yeah.
Green.
He
Oh
was
my
so
God,
fun
she's
to watch.
hilarious.
I'll a little background. I took my wife and my son to a viewing party. My wife doesn't watch a whole lot of wrestling, but she does enjoy watch the Royal Rumbles. She's watched it with me since we've been together.
Mhm.
My son does not like watching wrestling. He just can't get into it. They enjoyed the hell out of this women's Rumble. And my son's favorite part was the cartoon falls of Chelsea Green getting crushed by the two bigger women falling down, switching out places with Bailey to get put back in the spot, to falling on the floor, they getting squashed. And my son thought that was hilarious, and I thought it was pretty entertaining too. So Chelsea Green gets the nod for me for being MVP of this Rumble.
I hope she enjoys it too. I really do, because I love all this. Like, I love a lot of stuff she's doing right now.
I mean, it feel like to me too. Like it started right from the moment she got in the ring. Even Piper Niven getting into the ring where she faked the drop of her. Yeah, that was hilarious.
It's entertaining. The one that stood out to me to be the least like the downer of the whole entire match, Maxine Dupree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The whole shoosh Afro Academy gimmick works for the most part. But when you go in there and you go to hit Bailey with a what looked to be a tilt-a-world head scissors, and you got to do it twice in the Rumble, back to back to get it right, and then you just fall on your. And then when she got smashed,
The
it was like, thank
backwards
God.
worm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the backwards worm was weird, and it was like she doesn't need to be here.
We also had somebody tonight enter both Rumbles, just like a couple years ago.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, we had
R-Truth.
R-Truth is great. If anybody was doing a pool for the Royal Rumble, and you drew number 24 for the men's Rumble, and didn't want to know who you got before the women's Rumble started or before your match started, I hope he wasn't paying attention, because he came out with Valhalla at number 24, and it was great.
Dude, she eyeballed him down hard.
She was only there for 5 seconds, and I thought she was gonna murder him.
It was pretty funny. I thought it was hilarious. R-Truth is one of a kind. That's the truth. Valhalla, I love this is a different Michael Cole. Has anybody noticed that this last, I want to say 3 months, has been a very different Michael Cole?
In what way?
He was begging and pleading and hoping to God that Valhalla had the antlers on.
Yeah, what was?
It's hilarious. It's
Is
like
it horns?
it's antlers.
Horny?
It's a Viking thing, but like he's like him, and I love, honest to God, I love his interactions with Corey, and of course we forgot to start the show off with the best part of the night. For the most part, Pat McAfee was on the broadcast table.
I don't want to talk about Pat McAfee. I really don't want to talk about Pat McAfee.
Dude, you got more points off of McAfee than I got in the whole women's Rumble.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so Pat McAfee being there, I saw the meme today that says the face you give when you found out you're Brock Lesnar's replacement for the Rumble.
Yeah.
Woof. Woof.
But all these girls came to fight last night. And
they entertained like a motherfucker.
Do you know I just said Chelsea Green was my MVP, and she was. But another one that caught my eye that I've kind of been on the fence about, that now I'm kind of like, I want to see where this goes, is Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
Oh, really?
Zoe Stark impressed me a lot last night, just working with everybody. And I was really enthused.
Zoe Stark was in there for almost 10 minutes, too. So she impressed you pretty good then.
I want that tag team of Baszler and Stark versus the Kabuki Warriors. I think that'll be a really, really good match.
Yeah, hard-hitting match. Holy shit. You can go strong style with that.
You can't go be a miss. It's kind of weird, though, if you look at the list of entries. 25 through 30, we get 1 SmackDown, 2 Raws, 2 NXT people, and an unaffiliated. It was nice to see Roxanna Perez. I feel like she gets her. I don't mean to be a dick about it, but I feel like she gets her spots because of who trained her.
Sean
Booker
T
trained her. So I kind of feel like she gets privileged a little bit. I mean, she's good, but she doesn't get my attention.
Yeah. In
any way, shape, or form. I just might be missing the boat on it. My girl Meechin came in at 25. Mia Yim has always been a favorite of mine, and her first move is that springboard DDT was brutal.
How about Tiffany gets in the ring and does the flip?
Well, I told my wife last night, because she came out and my wife's like, "Who's this?" And I'm like,
Barbie.
Think of think 100% Charlotte Flair without the lineage. She doesn't have the family in the ring, a family in the history of wrestling, but Tiffany Stratton is a almost carbon copy of Charlotte, but maybe even with a little bit more acrobat.
So we want to talk about the elephant in the room.
You
The
mean
Oh,
the
no, before we
silver-
get there,
the-
before
the-
we get there,
The
you know,
unaffiliated.
Fry, your favorite woman wrestler there, didn't give me any points.
Which one was that?
Michin.
Oh, I've always liked Michin. I think she's phenomenal. She just doesn't get that spot, that chance. Honestly, I think a trio group of her, Zoe, and Shayna would be badass.
Fucking Selena Vega, no points.
Just like you and regular women, you just struck out all night. We're good.
Ugh, till we get to the men, apparently.
Yes,
shit.
we'll address the elephant in the room.
Making her
the-
WWE debut.
This was not a shock. This was not a shock.
The X-Men herself, Storm Jade Cargill, makes her return or debut, in-ring debut in the WWE.
And that place
Um,
blew up for her.
It was kind of weird for me. It threw you guys off because we didn't have, when they go to the entrance ramp or the entrance way or whatever,
They didn't have a Tron.
you couldn't, like, they would start playing music, but like you couldn't really see the graphic until it was like they were already there.
Yeah, it was kind of annoying.
I like
So
this
it's kinda like-
simplistic entrance,
kinda
but
like-
you can't tell.
It was
I
kind of
wanted
like
a big board.
it's kind of like the TV was always behind the house. The house knew who was coming. They popped because they had the big, because you have the big
Yeah.
screens in the middle of the arena, so they pop off of that. And as TV, you're like, who is that? But Jade Cargill comes out. I'm AEW Jade Cargill. I could give two shits about. I thought she was just put in there because of her stature or whatever.
Jade looks strong.
Oh,
Dude, she looked jacked.
No, I mean, like, she eliminates Naomi. She
Yeah.
eliminates Becky, and she eliminates Nia. Picks fucking Nia up.
Yeah, let's
and
make that
throws
clear.
her over.
She eliminates Nia by herself.
Yeah.
And then of course you have the stare down with her and Bianca, which is what everybody wants to see at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I want to see Charlotte, but that's not happening.
I don't, but the only reason I don't is because I think they're too much alike. And I think the styles of both of them being the same will clash.
I know you call Bianca
Boring.
no, something Cena. Bianca Cena. or
Bianca
something.
Cena.
Do you think you would see the same thing in Cargill then, like a Cargill Cena? you said
No.
they're similar.
No, I mean the ring styles are very similar. I didn't
Oh,
say
okay.
not their booking styles are going to be similar. In ring wise, they're very, very similar in their styles.
Cena
Only
has
difference
spinner-
is-
no,
is-
Bianca has spinner hair.
The only difference is Jade doesn't have to like hold her hair when she flips over to bounce off the ropes to do moonsaults. By the way, whatever extensions, whatever that shit's attached to, Jesus Christ, it must be Gorilla Glue. Because Tiffany Stratton had literally all of her weight pulling on that ponytail and it didn't budge. Of course, we get the surprise return of Liv Morgan at 30.
Am I the only
That-
one that I wish it had ripped off?
That would have been. Hey, you guys know me. I've said it since last year or whatever. With her and Becky, they should have had Becky cut her ponytail off. When she was threatening to cut it off, Becky should have been able to cut it off.
Or even had one of those like hair match, fucking haircut matches.
Liv showing back up at 30 is good. It's good to see Liv back.
It was the wrong short blonde woman.
It'll be interesting to see what they do with her without Raquel being there at the moment because she's out with injury. Hopefully, Roxanne Perez has a championship match this Tuesday night on NXT. So
Yes.
I doubt she's moving up, but I kind of hope that the Tiffany Stratton it's a call up. That would be nice. permanent. Give me a permanent call up, especially since that void is open where Charlotte would be on SmackDown. Um, I would like to see just Tiffany. I'd like to see Tiff on the main roster. But this Rumble was nice. It was fun. It was good.
Enjoyed this. To me, you take out who wins and everything. This was the more entertaining Rumble.
Yeah.
And was it interesting to you guys at all that it seemed like when you were people were getting eliminated and they weren't like ushering them right out, and it worked really good for somebody else getting tossed and catching them in like a cool spot.
Yeah, I mean that we had that with
Xia Li
was it-
caught somebody.
was it Nia that threw a Katana Chance over the top down on the three of them
Something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
with the gorilla press? Because
And
like
the-
when she got up in
I
the
don't
air,
think
I
she
was like,
touched.
oh my god! I hope somebody catches that poor harpoon.
But yeah,
Right.
like I mentioned earlier, Nia eliminates 8, Bailey eliminates 7. Bailey with the most time at 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 3 seconds. The whole women's Royal Rumble match is 1 hour, 5 minutes flat.
I thought the finish was nice. With the whole two of them were fighting on the apron. You know, Liv finally knocks Jade off, and then Bailey just swoops in and kicks her right off. I loved it.
Yeah.
Good finish.
And-
Not a easy finish.
Are we all on the same boat and she's turning it right around going after Io?
Well, that I have this theory, and it's a theory, but
I
it's
wonder if your theory is the same as my theory.
I know number 30 was a disappointment for a lot of people because they were expecting some boss lady to show up. I don't think you have to put all your eggs in one basket at the Royal Rumble, and Hunter knows that. Who's to say that Damage Control doesn't force Bailey's hand on who she's going to pick, and then she decides that she's not picking Rhea, and she does pick Io, and then Bailey needs some backup to go against Damage Control. But maybe it's the two friends that she's been running around with outside of wrestling. Maybe it's Naomi and a returning Sasha Banks against Damage Control.
I mean,
I'd pay to see it.
My end game was having her turn around and say, I'm going after Io. But I saw a picture earlier. Remember Batista with Triple H and Ric Flair with the SmackDown?
Yeah.
And it's like Becky. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all like,
I have a feeling. I have a feeling to make it work, you have to have Damage Control turn on Bailey, not Bailey turn on Damage Control.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think that could happen sooner than later. I mean, she obviously was discontent with
She
Asuka
was
showing
pissed
up.
when Asuka's music
Yeah,
hit.
she's like, "What are
She
you
was like,
doing here? Why?"
And then them two just did their own thing and didn't even help her. She helped them more than they helped
Yep.
her.
Yep.
She
It's like she-
saved them twice.
she was out of the loop in a way.
yeah.
It felt.
Which has been the ongoing thing
So,
with them.
before we go to the next match, we have Wrestling with Nerd merch. Go check the link below to the Streamlabs All Star 15 TV. Get some. We're going to
They look
Mania
cool
with this
as
stuff.
fuck.
They do look cool as shit, and it's actually really nice.
Oh yeah. By the way, AJ, didn't we start something else on for wrestling nerds that people can hit up?
Oh, yes, we started our own Facebook page. We are still associated with the Nerds Do Nerd Things podcast.
You spin around, you. Your chair's blocking the nerds part, you bozo.
Nerds.
Well, we started a Facebook page. That is just going to be for the wrestling part. We want to have conversations with you. We're going to be posting stuff. Ryan's going to be posting stuff. I will be posting stuff. TJ will give us stuff to post because we probably need to read through it first, make sure it's, not stupid.
I was elected to lead, not read.
That's why I said we have to look through it first. But yeah, go join that. That link will be down in the description below. It's just going to be a fun Facebook page full of wrestling fans. Right, Ryan?
Yeah. It's exactly the reason we created it was so we could create conversations and go for that. And plus, we want to eventually make it where maybe the fans that are following along maybe choose the topic for a couple of weeks.
That would be cool.
We just need those fan interactions to get there.
Yeah, that's what we're working on, slowly but surely, my guys.
So the second match, which thought there was a little shut up, Dexter. Thought there was a little weird placement here, which putting the undisputed Universal Championship here match, Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman against AJ Styles, L.A. Knight,
Yeah,
Randy Orton. Fatal 4-way for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. Match goes just about 20 minutes. And Ryan, you mentioned it earlier. You heard me rewatching the pay-per-view again. I think you are 100% correct. It was a very rushed 19 minutes. Like, all four of them are trying to get their shit in as fast as possible for Roman to win. Like, when Roman wins, it's like, it's over already?
Dude, it was
Yeah.
fun. I liked it, though. It was fun.
It had a lot of action, but it was very, very fast for being a WWE Universal Championship match.
It's like they had shit to go do.
Almost.
Another Rumble.
And it's weird, too, because like a fatal 4-way is normally a hot mess anyway. And I don't know if this was trying to be like an organized fatal 4-way because
I mean,
like,
I feel like they only needed another 5 or 7 minutes. That's it. Go 25 minutes.
I think what threw everybody off is everybody expects false finishes,
There wasn't.
and there was none. There was absolutely no false finishes last night. At the end, I mean, it was Roman pinned AJ and got the win.
And the finish was really cool how they parlayed the botch, if you want to call it. It was obviously planned how it happened. If AJ went to do the forearm and just got knocked off. It looked really cool.
It looked good. It looked painful, but it looked good. I don't know. It felt weird too. There was a part of the match where we all know the history of Randy and his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird because it was like he got punched in the shoulder and instantly went down and grabbed it. And then that's when he was playing with it the whole time before he did the RKOs and everything. It was like, is he hurt again?
He hit all 3 of them.
He hurt
Anybody
again?
else find it weird that they said everybody kicked out or got their shoulder off the mat at the same time when in reality it was literally Randy got all their shoulders off the mat at the same time?
Yeah, and that got
Roman
drawn
was
out.
dead. Dude
That
was
got-
dead.
That got drawn out a little bit for me. You had
Yeah.
fucking LA Knight laying there with Randy Orton, or LA Knight laying there with Randy Orton on top of him, and I can imagine the conversation between them two. Like,
While
can
they're
you
laying
fucking
there.
hurry up and hit somebody with his forearm so we can get the fuck off here. Your ass is in my face.
But once again, Solo gets involved. And
Yeah, I think that's going to be the key part for WrestleMania. I think that's going to be the key
so
part.
AJ's for everybody watching at home, just AJ's leaning up against the barricade. And I understand you need to go with the intent that you are going to hit them, even though they're going to get out of the way. He goes through that barricade a million miles an hour, and Stephanie is just Stephanie.
Her name is Sam.
Samantha.
Dude, I thought Sam was dead. I'm like, she just, oh shit. I'm like, oh, she missed it. Like,
She
I was more
went-
concerned for Sam than Solo.
Yeah. I saw that too, and I thought, oh, she's going to get a broken leg before WrestleMania.
Hell, there was even a sign in the crowd that said, I'm just here to listen to Samantha announce.
But
I mean-
all in all, I mean, it was good. The Rumble match, by the way, the women's match, I'm going to give it a solid 8.
8 out of 10. Son of a bitch.
I enjoyed it. I thought this was one of the best women's Rumbles we've seen.
I think there might
I thought
be
it was-
at least
I liked
one
it.
better. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Well, I'm going to pick the fucking middle and give it a 7.5. So screw you both. There's what it gets.
Okay,
It rounds up. It rounds it up. That's 2 8.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. I love that match. It was fun as hell.
This match, This match was good, but I'm gonna give it a 5.5, only because it felt rushed.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
And I'm tired of the interference, but I think that's gonna lead to a stipulation at WrestleMania.
I'm right there with you on that. I'm gonna give it a 5. It was okay, but yeah, rushed, tired of the interference, and fuck. I was really hoping we were gonna hear Rock's music the minute Solo showed up, but I'm not adding that to the disappointment of the match.
No, and then I mean,
T, what about you? What's your grade for?
I mean, I liked it. It was rushed, but I liked it. A 7 again.
Good. And now we go to Ryan disappeared. Ryan reappeared. Now we go to Logan Paul and Kevin Owens for the WWE United States Championship.
WWE. That's a pretty cool.
Before we talk about anything in this match, somebody please tell me who the hell that dumbass was.
One of his friends.
That who that was? Like he knew Logan and
Yeah,
Jeff or whatever the fuck his name was. It was like that is like
that's why
I'm gonna
Austin.
go ahead and
That's
say
why
it now.
Austin Theory.
You guys know this. I love Logan Paul. I love KO. That ruined the whole match for me. Literally, it killed the match for me.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's why Grayson Waller and Austin Theory came out.
Sure.
But I thought it was a good
coming
match.
out that made no sense.
I loved the ending to this match. Like it was a fun match. That was stupid. As you mentioned, TJ, it was stupid.
The ending was cool. Like that was cool.
I got your brass knuckles. I wear the brass knuckles. I put you.
The
1, 2.
commentary
You got brass
sold
knuckles.
it
You're
so good.
Oh.
The commentator sold it so good. Oh, now he can see.
The finish to this is a very dusty finish. Only thing didn't happen was KO wasn't announced the winner first. Then they see the brass knucks and change the decision. That would have been a dusty finish.
And this match didn't really feel rushed. I mean, honestly,
no, they got 14 minutes.
They did a lot in that 14 minutes.
Yeah. I like that Logan Paul changes up his outfits every time. I love how he's been yellow and black or blue and black or purple and black for the other shows, but now that he's the United States champion, he came out in gold and black. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. I agree with you guys. I like Logan Paul too.
I'm hoping he sticks around longer. The rumor is that he wants to go full time.
I like the finish. The finish allows the story to continue without having a straight up winner. It creates the drama. Some reason I get a feeling like this is going to lead to some sort of multiple man United States ladder match at WrestleMania. Don't hold me to it, but it's what I think might happen.
I mean, it'll probably be good, and we probably won't be sitting down.
Or Elimination Chamber, the chamber match is going to be the United States Championship now that Seth is out.
That'd be cool.
Could possibly be the factor.
Do you want to put me in what kind of match?
Or I mean, I think the running theory is that the challenger for Seth is going to come out of that. But I wouldn't mind seeing some Logan Paul up on a ladder, Ricochet. I mean, they did mention in that Royal Rumble like hype intro video thing of all the numbers thing, the viral engagements from the Rumble last year of that Logan Paul Ricochet spot. I would certainly think they would love to duplicate that at Mania.
True.
Anything else on? Well, let's give the rating on this one, TJ.
Like I said, that weird spot with this random dude gives the rating to me like shit. It's 3.
See, I would have given it a 6. I still enjoyed what they were doing, the story they were telling. I can cut out that little bit, even though it literally headfirst into the wall dead at that moment.
The 3 people that were sitting in my house all had the same reaction. Who the fuck is this guy? Why is he here? What is the point of this? I feel like I stand for that. With the three of us had the same opinion. 3 fits.
Ryan?
I'm gonna give it a 6. I was kind of distracted while driving up the road when that match was on, so I watched as much of it as I could without running off the road. But yep,
All
I'll
right.
give it a 6 out of 10, and I'm looking forward to the
Ryan
sequel.
announces a felony during a podcast. Got it.
He wasn't in the big truck.
It doesn't worry. Don't worry, I'm a professional, and that's the line you're supposed to use. So next up is the men's Royal Rumble. I know we just started and we're already at the second Royal Rumble match, but hey, there's only 4 matches on this card.
Yeet? No yeet.
By the way,
Bry called the shit out of this.
before we get there, the video package before the Rumble started, just talking about how special St. Pete was, and a certain somebody starts it off. He's also the first guy you see when the show starts. Last night was this guy right here, right here. That was a very cool video. I enjoyed that video montage. But yeah, I called Yeet versus No Yeet. 3 days ago?
Yeah,
So,
that was good. That was once Jay's music hit, I was like, "Fuck, Ryan."
I thought it was great. It was good for the story too.
I almost wanted to
Yeah.
message you what the winning Powerball numbers for tomorrow night are.
It was, and then them two beat the hell out of each other until Grayson Waller came out, and then the crowd went mild. I don't know what it is about this guy. I've yet to figure it out. I am not a Grayson Waller fan.
I think he's boring.
He was. What was it on NXT that made him interesting? Because he seemed interesting on NXT.
I can't find it. I
Small
have
crowd?
no clue. The over the top stupid outfits he wears to the ring are retarded. Sorry, they are. They're dumb. I haven't seen enough of him in the ring to be impressed. I haven't seen him take a match serious yet. And I guess that's what I need to see to be impressed by him, because I am not impressed by what he's done.
And number 4, the returning
Miss Charlotte Flair or Mr. Charlotte Flair?
Yes, Andrade, who is in the Rumble for a very lengthy time. Doing math here real fast. He was in the Rumble the 3rd longest out of everybody.
You sure it wasn't a 10th?
No, he was 4th.
4th? Oh yeah. Sorry, 4th. Sorry, I forgot to count Jay being in there for
AJ
50 fucking minutes.
AJ, did that callback go over your head?
No, no.
Okay.
But yeah, it's nice to see Andrade back. It's going to be interesting because, I mean, literally within the top 10, we get a lot of ethnicity in the top 10 of this Rumble that are connected, and it was kind of weird.
Like
We had
everybody.
a lot of Asians in the first Rumble.
with Andrade, and then we have Santos Escobar, and then Carlito at number 10. It's
A
going
lot
to
of
be
Latino
interesting.
World Order members in this Rumble.
It's going to be weird to see if they put Andrade on SmackDown or if they put him on Raw.
That little meet and greet between him and Santos was cool. It was like, oh yeah,
Well,
man, yeah.
They have a history
Andrade's
in
like,
Mexico.
nah.
They're both sons of Mexican superstars, legends over there. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. You'll have El Legaz, whatever, the Phasmo or whatever, however you pronounce that stupid shit, and the LWO battling for Andrade's services. So, and the thing that LWO's got going for him, they have Selena Vega.
Lose.
Yeah, dummy. But they have Selena Vega, and Selena was Andrade's manager when he debuted in NXT. So there's history there. Karrion Kross and the Bobby Lashley story continue. That was pretty impressive. Dominic was all over the place last night in the Royal Rumble match.
33 minutes, 1 elimination.
Dom was fun.
Yeah, Cody coming in at halfway. It's kind of funny. Last year he comes in at 30 and wins it. This year he comes in at 15 and wins it. What if
Next
he's in it
year he
next
shows
year
it
and
at
he comes in
one
at number 1
and wins it.
and wins it? Fuck it,
Would that be that'd be the first back to back to back, right?
yeah. Gunther was impressive as always, and then
Oh,
let me
oh,
then we get right there. Poor Kofi. I feel bad for Kofi. Everybody expects something outstanding by him saving himself, and he's just kind of like, I fucking forgot. I've lost ideas. I'm just gonna get eliminated.
used them all.
I've used anything and everything I've got, and I don't know why. I don't know if if he's said it why, but why is it when he's with Creed and he does the New Day stuff, he's in New Day gear. But when he's by himself, he's in them god awful fucking
Basketball shorts.
shorts. Yeah, it's like, what? I don't get it. It doesn't work for me. And then you get 20, 21, and 22. You get probably the most entertaining part of the Rumble besides R-Truth. You have Braun Breaker at number 20, which I thought was awesome. I told you guys before the Rumble I wanted Braun Breaker in the Royal Rumble.
He is a
We got him.
fast
You
and
think the
intense
rumor-
motherfucker.
You
He
think
hits
the
the
rumor with
ropes.
him is true about why he was there?
I don't think so. I think it's the other one that was Brock's replacement.
Well, not so much the pick for it, but what he did in the ring was supposed to be Brock spots.
No, because I think when it come down to it, Braun was probably supposed to eliminate Brock
That would have been cool.
after eliminating Omos and every fucking buddy else that he eliminated.
Pat was hilarious, by the way. Sorry, AJ.
I'm a huge Braun Breaker fan. I love his brother or his dad and his uncle. They're my favorite tag team of all time. So I am all in for this kid. Yes, he's quick. He hits them ring ropes at 26 miles an hour and fucking lays your ass out. And I
AJ's
love it.
favorite wrestling mathematician is his uncle.
We got the square off between him and Gunther. So, like, yeah, give me that. I'll take that. That way the IC title gets dropped on somebody that'll defend it every week and can build off of it and could use a championship like that.
I want to do
rather
the bark.
than-
I want to do the bark, but I can't. I don't think the mic will pick it up.
Don't do the bark, please. But Gunther and Braun could be your WrestleMania matchup for the IC title. That way Gunther gets rid of the IC title before going after whoever the world champion is.
Mm-hmm.
The return of Omos. Omos looks like he's put in some work. Way better shape than what he's been in. Still looks, when you're 7'3", you're already dominating as it is, but looks like he put in some work. Hopefully we get some more of him on TV.
And then you have the Drew Carey moment of the Royal Rumble.
And then we get number 22, and in our fantasy drawings,
Let's go!
our fearless leader over there, AJ, drew number spot 22. And when Pat McAfee's music hit, I'm pretty sure AJ said, "Oh, what the fuck."
I said something worse that I can't repeat on air.
I laughed hysterically.
And he climbs the ropes.
AJ.
I love him climbing every single rope to get up and over. It was hilarious. He stops,
not once, but twice.
He stops and he tells Omos, "No, I'm not doing it." He gets out of the ring and then he's gonna like try to blindside Omos and gets caught in the act and then was like, "Nah, I'm done."
Hey, TJ, guess
up
what
and
though?
over, steps down, and the best part is the interaction between McAfee and Cole for like the next 3 minutes, where Cole's like, "Thanks, my record still applies." Shut up, Cole. It was just great.
Still got one more elimination than DJ.
And that I got eliminations in the main Rumble, sir. The women's Rumble, I got nothing.
If you thought that was a comedy act, the next one's even better because at 23 was JD McDonough, and guess who had him?
Ooh.
Woof.
Okay.
Woof.
He got his clock cleaned out.
JD McDonough was in the Royal Rumble for a time of 3 seconds.
Is that official now?
That is the official time.
Because I feel like that is, I still think it's less. Like, I swear to God, he has to be damn close to Santino. Damn close.
He is 3 seconds, and Valhalla was 5 seconds.
Because I mean, I guess in the process of standing up from going under the ropes and then going immediately out would take about 3 seconds. But man, it felt like,
Yeah, it was fun. It's kind of weird though if you look at the list of people. Okay, so 1 through 13
Yep.
is a mixture of every 2 SmackDown people was Raw, and then you had the unaffiliated and you had the NXT guy. That's 1 through
I mean,
13.
we all knew who was coming at 24. Everybody knew it.
Well, yeah, but 1 through 13 is your mixture. From 14 to 19 are all Raw people. 20, 21, and 22 are Braun, Omos, and Pat McAfee. So unaffiliated, and then the NXT guy with Braun. From 23 to 30 were all Raw.
A lot of Raw guys.
But think about it this way. Their 4 top guys on SmackDown, or I'm sorry, 6 top guys on SmackDown were in matches. We didn't have a Raw singles match. We had SmackDown singles matches.
Mm.
So that's kind of possible a little bit. That definitely hurt the Rumble. So I know this one was pretty dry and pretty stale.
I don't
Especially
understand
towards the end.
But then again, the entire build to the Royal Rumble was for Raw, not SmackDown anyway. If your safe bet making a bet for the Rumble was somebody from Raw is going to win, because the Rumble was only talked about on Raw, not SmackDown.
You had Drew about it. You had Gunther about it. You had Cody about it. CM Punk about it.
Yeah, it was never on SmackDown never once talked about going to win the Royal Rumble. I like the finish. I know the finish gets harped on.
It's the only thing I didn't like is it felt like it took just a little too long to get to it.
Thank you.
That's the only thing I didn't like of this whole match. I see a lot of internet
to get eliminated by Dusty's kid.
That was great.
But I feel like it was done that way to let you know that there's not a huge gap between first and 6. Do you know what I mean? It's to let you know that there is 5 viable people that could want to challenge for that world title, not just one person at a time, which was getting very boring when it was every month. Well, this guy won the number 1 contenders match. He's now challenging for the title. It's now there's 5 or 6 people that want to challenge for that world heavyweight title.
Also, 3 of your final 4 could easily be in Elimination Chamber to battle Seth.
I'm also still, my chest hurts from watching Gunther and Drew tee up CM Punk and Cody for like what? 5 minutes?
Gunther needs to work on his chops. He wasn't getting it like Drew was. Drew is getting it.
Gunther will straight up blister somebody's chest.
Oh, I know, but like Drew was getting it.
The one thing I wouldn't be dismissive of for Rumble or for Mania is Seth or CM Punk versus Drew. If they go the Gunther Rollins route for WrestleMania, I think Rollins or Punk and Drew would make a really good match.
And if then Punk gets pissed again and leaves.
If that's not the main event for Elimination Chamber, again without Seth being there, that might be the case. I love the finish between Cody and Punk. I thought it was a right amount of time. We didn't need a quick eliminations. I hate when Rumbles get like where it's 5 people getting eliminated, one back to back, and then finally the last 2 eliminate each other in like 2 minutes. It just doesn't work for me. I like the longer period before the elimination. And they really drew it out to the point of you were waiting for all it took was for somebody to bounce off the ropes and somebody was going to get eliminated. And there was no idea which one it was going to be.
It almost felt like a match at the end of the end of the Rumble.
Me sitting there, I'm like, I want Cody to win. You know, guys know I want Cody to win.
Oh yeah.
All I'm waiting for is all I need is somebody to bounce off the ropes the wrong way and Punk dumps him over and it's over with.
Did anybody else notice at any point during this match, Cody never once looked at the sign?
Wasn't really paying attention to that.
CM Punk, when it's the two of them in the ring, looks at it twice. Cody
Punk
never looks at the sign. He
Punk
wasn't
definitely
thinking.
looks Punk definitely looks better in shape than what he was in AEW. Like it looks like he cares.
He looked tired though.
I would imagine that that's the case. Trying to still build that ring shape. You can't get that ring adrenaline just by working out, and I think that'll come to him. I got kind of scared there at one point because he did something, and as soon as he hit the ground, he grabbed that same elbow that he had just tore, and I was waiting for it to be that was going to be the end of Punk in WWE too because I was waiting for reports to come out of tricep or bicep tear.
They still can.
I haven't heard anything yet of any kind. Um, all I've really heard is people tearing apart Hunter for the press conference.
What?
Damn. Fuck anybody on those that.
The only thing I have to say to that is Dave Meltzer, fuck you.
I don't understand. I just watched it before we went live. There was nothing wrong with it.
Well, it was because it wasn't Tony Khan sliding from a Jericho question. It was a Triple H sliding from a Vince McMahon question.
Of course. And
you know, I'm gonna soapbox here for just a second. First of all, the guys that ask those questions should know better. What they're doing is stupid. These guys aren't going to give you the answer you want. This isn't even the time or place for that shit. Why are they asking it? It's dumb. Don't do it. We like the whole thing Hunter said. We just had one of the coolest weeks in the lead into WrestleMania. And yes, the story, we all know what it is. If you're paying attention, you know what it is. Hell, even if you're not paying attention, you know what it is. But don't do it. There's a time and a place, and this wasn't the time nor the fucking place. It's just dumb. And it was in both interviews I saw it. It was stupid.
So that was a first for me because I even asked Ryan, I go, I thought these were pre-assigned questions to people. No, I really thought they were.
It's a legitimate press conference.
Well, now the more you know.
Yeah. I thought this Rumble was great. It's not one of my favorites, but how my favorite guy won the Rumble, so of course I'm gonna like it more. So I'm kind of biased on that part. Yes,
that Michael Cole line when he's pointing at Roman.
That was awesome.
God. Pointing at Roman and not the sign. Fuck yes.
That needs to be a thing for the Royal Rumble moving forward. Give me one champion in one suite, give me a champion in the other suite, and let that guy pick on pure emotion. Don't let him think about it. We all knew as soon as he won who he was defending. They're taking on. You could
Roman,
see the look.
What inning is it now?
That was fucking great.
You could look right on the Wise Walrus's face and know, oh fuck, we're facing Cody at WrestleMania, because there was no question in his mind. He knew who he was going after.
I thought it was cool. DDP was there
for the press conference. Yeah. Well, no, from what I've heard, there was a lot of legends there. I've seen sightings. Hulk Hogan and Dory Funk Jr. were in a booth in a suite. There was Steve Kern and IRS was there. And like Hunter said in the press conferences, they're trying to reach out to those legends and make them a part of this company again and not kick them to the curb and say, we don't need your services until we want your likeness type deal. And I really like that. And I really appreciate that from Hunter. But Hunter's like me. He loves the history of this business. And that's what Hunter's going to do. It was Hunter that got you Bruno in the Hall of Fame. It was Hunter that got you the Ultimate Warrior in the Hall of Fame. I think Hunter wants to make sure there's no burnt bridges anywhere.
And we also got a new,
at least from the WWE side,
new board of director guy that I think has that same respect.
100%. I love the meme. I saw the photo this week and I wanted to keep it on my phone.
Can I hit it?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
But it's a picture I saw where it was Rock versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And it was, I think it was a Shotgun Saturday Night taping, which they used to film in Grand Central Station in New York.
Oh,
and like an underground bar and everything. And then underneath of it was them two on Wall Street or with the arm around each other, now being part of the board of directors. And the meme says, started at the bottom, now we're here. I fucking love that. I thought that was great. And it describes both of them to a T. As I said earlier today, this is how far into it I was. It was what, 11, 12 o'clock today. I texted both of you and finally realized that we're gonna be able to finish or watch the finish of the fucking story live at WrestleMania.
Unless we just got to the 7th inning stretch, and then the ending of the story is gonna be like SummerSlam.
Well,
No, it'd be next year when Cody wins from 1.
I don't think Cody's going to be a part of the end of the story. I think Cody is the reason for the turning point of the story. I don't think Roman's story has anything to do with Cody about your ball game you're playing.
Oh, really?
I think what's going to happen, and I think it's a good way to do it. I don't think we're going to get Rock and Roman at Mania at any time, but I think we're going to get Rock's thoughts on Roman using the bloodline the way he does to always interfere in matches. I think we're going to get Roman versus Cody with special guest referee The Rock. And I think what that's going to lead to is Rock versus Roman either in France at Backlash, because that's going to be a big deal, or it's going to be Rock versus Roman at SummerSlam while Cody's off doing whatever with the belt.
I don't hate any of it.
Just my 2 cents. Just my thoughts.
You don't think Cody wins at Mania for the title?
No, Cody wins the title.
No, Cody wins the. There's 2 different
Cody
things going
finishes
on here.
his story.
Cody's story continues, but with the championship chapters. Roman's story flips the switch when he loses to Cody because of Rock, and we move into the Rock versus Roman 8th and 9th inning of this game, where the head of the table will come out at SummerSlam.
Just because Roman drops the belt, puka shells don't come off.
And I still think when this is all said and done, the head of the table is going to be Jey Uso, not Roman Reigns. Or
I loved what you said a couple weeks ago.
I still think that could be the case.
Well, guys, remember how you said you wanted this to be 15 to 20 minutes?
I knew better.
So did I. But that was our Royal Rumble 2024 review. Go like our Facebook page, our new Facebook page. Buy some awesome merch. Also, like and subscribe to the Nerds Who Nerd Things podcast, where you're basically watching this video. Guys, have anything else before we goodbye?
Favorite quote of Cody's presser, him talking about Randy Orton being a 20-time champion and Cody being like, man, I just want one.
I don't have one.
I like that addition that they did to their ring entrances. Did you take notice they did that for Roman too, where like Randy said Randy Orton 20-time champion. I forget what LA Knight said. Probably Hagerstown's best because he is.
Oh, what, the little thing next to their name?
Yeah. And I've heard that they're going to start doing some more realism type things, not keeping track of your win-loss record, because, boy, that works for the ones on Wednesday.
I love the ticker that they had up in the top left that popped up every couple minutes.
For the time?
Yeah, that was cool.
I enjoyed that, too. But, yeah.
I think it worked better for the women's. Once Jey Uso got tossed, it was kind of pointless.
I mean, you still had Cody over 30.
It was a good Rumble.
You knew Cody wasn't going to break it. You know what I mean?
It was a good Rumble in general. Not one of the best ones, like, to go. Like, I'm going to go watch these ones again, probably. I'm going to give the whole entire Rumble. Let's go with a 7.5.
I was going to go for a straight 7. Math.
I like halves.
DJ?
I feel like I can't. I want to give this high. Same as I wanted to give the Logan Paul match high. But if I give it a high grade, I would be completely backtracking on what I said about the Logan Paul match, so I'm not going to. I'm going to give it a 6 because of that weird spot in the Logan Paul match. It really threw the whole night off.
So T, you were a 7.5.
No, Fry. And you call me T again, I'm punching you in the
No,
throat.
from his first match to his last match.
Oh,
7.5, 7.5, 3.
3.
What was your men's?
What did you give the men's? Did you give one?
I give that a 8. I liked it.
6.5. You weren't far off at all. Nice.
I mean, if it wasn't for the little spot with that weird shit, I'd be closer to 9-10. I like this whole pay-per-view. Just that one spot was just mind-boggling. I'm like, ooh. I don't even like. It felt like the security guys didn't even know what was going on.
sometimes they don't get told shit, remember? But all right, everybody, we'll catch you later. Go check out our Friday episode when we talk about Fry. I'll just let you do it.
Oh. Gotta give me these pointers, bro.
Well, you're the one that said you wanted to do it to close the episode.
No, I wanted to close the episode of the next one, but we're good.
You know something, Mean Gene? You don't have to remind me and my Hulkamaniacs. Your prayers, eat your vitamins, be true to yourself, true to your country, be a real American.
Yeah, we're talking about Hulk Hogan. Bye, everybody.